Hey everybody, and happy day 3 of Plastic Free July. I just wanted to make a quick video to tell you what Plastic Free July is, how to reduce your plastics, and then just to encourage everyone to join me for the rest of the month if you haven't been participating already. So, Plastic Free July is a global initiative to try to bring awareness to single-use plastic usage. Because right now about 40% of plastics which are produced are just used once and then sent immediately to landfill. And even if you do recycle plastics, I think it's really about only 60% of your plastics that are actually getting recycled into new material. And then when they are recycled, they're getting downcycled, so into a cheaper, less recyclable version of the plastic that it was before. So Plastic Free July has a goal of reducing all single-use plastic and presenting people with alternatives. So how would you reduce your plastic consumption? So my first tip is just to refuse it. You can always say no to single-use disposable plastics, whether it's utensils at restaurants or coffee cups. You could just say no thank you. You either don't need it or you can come with an alternative. So if you're going to come with an alternative, that means that you have to be prepared. Things like a cutlery roll. So I just have my knife, my spoon, my fork, and a glass straw. And this allows me to avoid a lot of single-use disposable plastic because I have my own cutlery available to me. So if I go out to eat and they want to offer me disposables, I have my own. And it doesn't have to be in a wrap like this. It can be just from your kitchen drawer with a rubber band wrapped around it. You can thrift some from the thrift store, really cheap, so that you're not losing a piece of cutlery from, say, your set that you have already put together. They offer bamboo utensils on a lot of sustainable websites, but you don't need to go out and consume new items to reduce your plastic. Refusing is free, right? So if you're able to refuse, you don't need any alternative. For example, yogurt. I really love buying yogurt, but the only option available to me in my area is to buy it in plastic. So instead of just buying yogurt and accepting it as a plastic in my life, I'm just going to refuse it. So that's my first tip. Just refuse the plastic. The cashier tries to offer you a plastic bag. No thank you, I'll take it in paper or I'll carry it out. The waitress offers you a straw. No thank you, I'm plastic free. I'll just drink it from my cup. It's very easy, and a lot of people are very understanding. They don't take offense to it, and they're actually very interested in what you're trying to do for the environment. So if you're going to be refusing all these items, my second tip is to make sure you're prepared. Bring things like that utensil wrap I showed you. Bring your bags. I bring my canvas bag stuffed in my purse pretty much everywhere I go. I have this big stash of plastic bags that I've acquired over the years that I bring grocery shopping with me, or even to the department store if I'm going out for like clothes shopping or some other item that is not groceries, right? You can put all consumables in a reusable bag. Coffee cups are another one. If you bring this to your local cafe, or even I've used it at Starbucks, they're happy to give you your own drink in your own container, and even they will give you a discount, whether it's 10 cents or 10%. It still makes a difference. And it oftentimes will bring up a conversation. Oh, you're doing that in your own cup. I love that, and oh yeah, well, I'm trying to be sustainable. I don't know, I'm awkward, so I don't talk to people when I'm out like that. Usually. Or at least I try anyway when it's about sustainability. But anyway, what was I talking about? Water bottles. I've been using this glass kombucha bottle as a reusable water bottle, but you can use stainless steel. You can use a plastic reusable one that you already have, as long as you're not buying single individual disposable water bottles. That's another huge source of waste. So refuse, be prepared. Another tip I would say is to be a DIYer this month. So if you use up your toothpaste this month and you realize that all the toothpastes are sold in plastic tubes that are non-recyclable, you can go online. There are tons of recipes for toothpaste that you can make your own on your own deodorants, because those all come in plastic. There are lots of solid like shampoo bars, conditioners, lotion recipes that you can get online. All of these package-free cosmetics, because cosmetics are a huge producer of plastic waste. Recipes, so something, maybe there's a food that you usually buy in plastic, you buy a pre-made stir fry in a plastic bag, maybe learn how to make that stir fry on your own. It's really easy and really rewarding to make things from scratch for yourself if you have the privilege of time. So if it's not easy to do those things for you, you know, take a win where you can. That's another thing that I wanted to say in this video is it's probably going to be impossible for everyone to eliminate all of the plastic from their life this month, especially if it's not something that you've been preparing for a long time. I've been trying to live this lifestyle for a good while now, and there's still a lot of plastics that I'm unable to avoid because I just haven't learned how to avoid them yet. So please just remember that every little bit counts, right? So even if it's just those four, the water bottles, bags, utensils, and coffee cups, and you don't avoid plastic anywhere else, you're still making a huge impact, because I think last year over 1 million people joined in this initiative, and so 1 million people avoided 1 million straws, right? And that's only if we avoided one for the month, not probably the 10 or 15 that each person has avoided. So your individual actions do matter. So I think I left off with do it yourself, and then just seek alternatives to plastic. So if you use a lot of plastic wrap in your kitchen, maybe try to invest in some beeswax or try making your own. If you like to have, I think I brought up yogurt for breakfast in a plastic container, try instead to do bulk granola or bulk oats for breakfast. There are lots of alternatives to plastic that we just aren't aware of because it's not in the mainstream. It's not how we live our life, but plastic has only been around for so long. People were living their lives without plastic just fine before, and then it became an item of convenience. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live a throwaway life. I want to take value in my possessions. My keep cup, I love my keep cup. I think it is such an interesting conversation piece. It's so useful. It's beautiful. I take pride in my keep cup, and it helps me avoid tons of single-use disposable plastic. I think my tote bag here, woke AF to trash, so cool, and I love the message it sends. So I know I'm being a big eco nerd right now, but I think that when you become more aware of the plastic you use, how it affects the environment, and how you can actually make a difference, it really is rewarding. So I hope that this video has been helpful for you and has encouraged you to want to join me in Plastic Free July. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, maybe comment down below where I post this so that we can start a conversation, either with your own tips or tricks, or if you have any questions about how to be more plastic free in your life. So until next time, happy Plastic Free July!